What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be reviewing the Canon RF 50mm 1.8 lens, and this is the new Nifty 50. And I can't wait to just get out and review this lens, play around with it, because it is honestly one of the greatest cheap lenses that every photographer and videographer should own. So without further ado, let's jump into it. I will say that it does have better build quality. The mount is metal. I know on the Mark II of the Nifty 50, it had a metal mount, but the first version of that lens had a plastic mount, and overall it just feels more solid. It also has a focus ring, which is also used as the control ring. So I do love these control rings. If you do have like the Canon R, it's absolutely amazing. I use it pretty much all the time. It does have a little switch. Instead of going from autofocus to manual focus, it just goes from focus to the control ring use. And yeah, it's pretty useful. The price comes in at $270 Canadian. I'm not sure of the price in US, but I will link it somewhere in the video. This is actually an absurd amount of money for, considering the predecessor is almost half the price, which is absolutely crazy. The old one used to be like 100 and 150 in between those two ranges. And this one coming in at like 270, which is actually pretty crazy. I know the mirrorless Canon lenses are a lot more money, but geez, I would definitely say if you could pick one up used, it would be the most ideal. Hopefully that price comes down the older it gets, but that is actually pretty high for considering that the old ones are almost half the price. One of the downsides of this lens is it does have severe lens breathing. So if you're shooting some video, that it's gonna start looking pretty wonky in the sides, because you can definitely see it zooming in and zooming out. But if you're just taking photos, you're not really gonna have an issue unless you're trying to take multiple images at one focal range, because it will be zooming in and zooming out depending on what you're focused on. So that is something to definitely be aware of. I will say this is possibly the best starter lens. It's been the ideal starter lens for multiple years and multiple generations. I think that this hasn't changed anything. I think it's the cheapest, or one of the cheapest lenses you can pick up, and I still think that you can get amazing quality images using this lens. I definitely think it's worth the pickup, especially for the size. It's super small. It can fit in a pocket, it can fit in a bag, it barely weighs anything. You're not even going to notice that it's there. The lens has 7 aperture blades at f1.8, and this is going to allow you to get a lot of beautiful nighttime images or even sunset photos and really blow out that background. So using this lens, the images are going to turn out extremely sharp, which is always a good thing. There's going to be a lot of detail. I definitely see the improvement over the EF version of this lens. But if you are picking it up for video, be aware that you can hear the focus motors roll in as you are focusing in and out. So if you are picking it up for video, you're probably not going to be able to use the on-camera audio. And if you do, you're going to hear the focus motors in those videos. Those are my thoughts on the Canon RF 50 1.8 lens. I do think that it's an amazing buy if you do end up picking up this lens. The price is a little bit high for me, but honestly, I do think for a brand new lens that it is an amazing buy. It's super small. It's going to fit into any bag that you do have. So I definitely think it's worth it if you do pick it up. That's all I have for this video. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any other lenses or anything you want me to review, leave it down in the comments below. And until the next video, peace.